Welcome to Daytime. I'm Cindy Edwards.
And I'm Jerry Penacoli. So glad you can join us this morning.
Yeah, we have quite a show in store for you today.
Yes,
and we're starting things off with a man who's lost something. Earlier this year, 8 vintage Corvettes were swallowed by a 35-foot deep sinkhole at a car museum in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
You know, I remember hearing this story on the news, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, look at this.
The video.
The surveillance video is incredible.
Oh.
And you know, look, thankfully, no life was lost in this terrible accident. But to the owners of those cars, you can just imagine, I mean, they're their babies, right? Kevin Helmenthaler is one of those owners, and he joins us this morning.
Our
Kevin,
condolences,
yeah,
Kevin.
So sorry. It was a car that looked kind of like this one here, right?
Exactly.
Just a little,
exactly.
Just a little
exactly.
larger. A 2001. What kind of Corvette? It was a special Corvette.
Yeah, it was a 2001 Corvette Z06.
Z06.
Which 2001 was the first year of the Z06. And
what makes the Z06 special?
Yeah, Z06. You can have you have the base Corvette, a Z06 more horsepower, better suspension.
How much horsepower?
At stock, when it was first picked up, it had 385 horsepower,
And
which in 01 was a lot.
And did you have that custom painted black on the hood? Is that what you did?
Actually, yeah, it's been through a lot of iterations over the years. That's a carbon fiber hood that was added because the motor, we put an intake on it that was so high we had to have that on to clear
now
the motor.
You raced this car, right? This wasn't like a Sunday driving car. This was a race car.
Yeah, I mean, I drove it on the street.
Right.
I mean, occasionally. It wasn't the easiest thing to drive on the street. But yeah, I drag raced it and also ran it on a road course. And also did top mile runs. So you do from a standing start to 1 mile, what's your speed? Best speed at the mile marker wins.
How fast?
This one ran without the hood, 181.
Without the hood, and we have a picture of these. This is your car on the cover of different magazines, correct?
Exactly.
And this is it without the hood on.
Right.
Did that blow off because you were going so fast?
Yeah, the first pass I did, that was actually in Miami. The first pass at about 164, the hood folded up and came off.
Oh my gosh.
And so I ripped the rest of it off and then made the rest of the passes, and it made a 181 without the hood.
When you heard what had happened to your car, now, to be fair, you weren't the owner of the car at this point. You had donated it to this museum, correct?
Exactly correct.
And it had been there for 12
days. That's it. Now, when you heard about this, what went through your mind? Was it just like
it was. Yeah, I mean, it was, I would say, I thought someone was joking, as people say. But no, I wasn't, because it was Betty, who's the office manager, and she doesn't joke. She's very serious. And she said, Kevin, you could tell she was in a hurry. You could hear the sirens in the background. And she told me, the big thing was, I don't want you to hear this anywhere else, because, Facebook and Twitter and everything was happening really fast. And she explained it to me. And then with one thing about the museums, they have webcams everywhere, to protect the cars. And you could go on the webcams. And
so you watched your little car go plunk?
Well, what's interesting is the webcam, you saw about 3 cars go. And then that cut the power. That drop cut the power, so mine was sitting there fine.
Oh my!
And so my wife is absolutely positive that it was driven away, and it's going to show up in the driveway.
You think so?
No.
Because they have not found your car.
They have not found one sign.
They have plucked other cars out
All
of
them are out.
Except yours.
Right. No sign.
Are you sure somebody didn't take it?
I am not sure.
How do you lose a big, shiny red car?
Well, it was the only red one, too. So, contrasting to the dirt and everything else, red kind of stands out.
You had visitation. I mean, you had donated it, but you were going to go every year and drive it, right? Because they were going to build a large track at this museum.
Exactly right. And in fact, I was there 3 days after the sinkhole. And they actually let me right into the sinkhole. I actually dropped my GoPro camera in the hole trying to find it. And
so what's their theory as far as, where this car could have gone?
Yeah, right now.
Is that yours right there that's still sitting there?
That is. The camera's focused right on it.
Right there.
The camera's focused right on it. And you see 3 go, and then you see the ground settle under mine, but it doesn't go anywhere. But yeah, it's, the idea was, I was going to, drive it, on the road course, and they were going to use it as a trainer. So take people on hot laps, as they say, on the track.
But did they give you an explanation as to why they can't find it?
Actually, I've been talking with the engineers and the director, and they're still struggling. What's interesting is that this is actually built on a huge cave system called the Mammoth Cave System. I was not aware of this. So sinkholes are actually relatively common. But what you can see is the caverns. Like you see a cave, you can see these caverns. The theory is it may have went straight into one of the caverns, but there's no guarantee. I mean, that's just a theory because it's so low. They've probably dug down to 50 feet by now.
Wow. Well,
nothing.
again, thank goodness nobody, no person went into that hole.
No, absolutely not.
I mean,
happened at 5:40 in the morning.
And you don't own a Corvette right now, but you have plans to get one, don't you?
Yeah, I'm on the waiting list for a C7 Z06, which is 2 generations later than this one, but is supposed to be pretty sweet. But
how high up are you on the list? Any idea?
I am. I'm number 4 on a dealer that gets huge volume.
Oh.
The challenge is the Z06s. The dealers have to move a lot of volume to get allocation of a Z06, so you need a big volume dealer.
Well, if you get it, take care of it.
Yeah, and
keep it in your garage.
Yeah, I'll probably keep it in the garage.
Well, but you're not. Are you in a sinkhole area in Florida? I hope not.
Well, is there not a sinkhole area?
That's what I'm thinking. Oh no, please.
Well, we hope they find your other car, but at least we know there's another one coming.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Well,
Okay.
Kevin, thanks for sharing your story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here.
We'll be right back with more Daytime, so don't go away.